And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at the Crusoe crew. Now, this is a choose-your-own-adventure style game for multiple players. It's kind of a fascinating thing. Now, this is from a company that's already made several of these choose-your-own graphic novel adventures. There are a lot of these that are out there. Van Ryder Games has put out a whole set of them. But what this one is this is a set of 4 books, because you're going to be going through 4 different books that work together. So each of us is going to turn to a page. We're all going to be on the same page in our books, but they might differ slightly based on our personalities and special skills, and we're working together to try to achieve a high score. Here's how it plays. In this game, each person's going to get a book, and you can play less than 4 players if you want to, but each of the players has their own specialty. Sarah can talk to animals, Keek has incredible strength, Netta has amazing agility, and Gabby is the queen of riddles. So you'll take each person's book. On the back of the book, it tells you a little bit about your particular character and some ideas and how you can play them. The book is going to start with a little bit of an intro where you go through and there's a story. And at one point in the story, it will tell you to read the instructions. So you'll go through and read these instructions, and then it will give you kind of a treasure thing here. This is what you're trying to do in the game. You're trying to collect different kind of treasure. You have a certain number of days, inventories, or things that you might get over the course, and you can photocopy this and use it multiple times. And it also doubles as a map. And you might say, we're going to go to island 155 or 152. You pick an island to go to. So as the game goes by, you're just going to turn in the book to go to different places. So like if you are in this room here, for example, I can climb this ladder by turning to number 70. I might look around the room for different numbers that I can find. So as you're in different rooms, you'll see various numbers and you'll go to that number. Sometimes you'll find a puzzle and you need to solve this puzzle in some manner or fashion. And so there's all sorts of things, and you're looking for treasure like these rubies here that you will find and keep track of. At the end of the game, you are going to go to a special page which will basically multiply by the age of the people who are playing, the number of players that you're playing, and you can figure out your score. So if you play by yourself, you have a chance to get a higher score. Now, each of the players' books is pretty much the same, but I want to show an example of something different here. So I got some books here. So here, for example, is a gate. And this gate looks the same in a few of the players' books, but in this book here, so here we have 2 characters. So if you compare these 2 pages, everyone will go to the pages and they're going to look at the gate. So this is the one page and this is the other. And if you look carefully, and it's a little hard to show both at the same time, you'll notice this gate has a number up on the gate. That's because this player is taller than everyone else and can see that number. So in this game, everybody has specific things that they can do. And there will be some panels in a book that only you can see, only you can go to those spots. And you can share that information with everybody else and tell them what you found. And you're working hard. And sometimes, for example, maybe that gate, he can climb over it. Or maybe another player can smash through the gate. Or maybe she can talk to an animal that tells her a secret way to get through the gate. Or she can figure out the secret word to open the gate. That may or may not be true, but you're just going to go through that. When you run out of days in the game, then your adventure is over and you'll just count up and get your points at the end of the game like this. But because you will not see everything, it's literally impossible to see everything, and you might go to a completely different island in a future one. You'll be able to play the game several times with different results. You could even play the same mission and try to maximize your score in that mission, but you can go through, for example, the second time we played the game, we saw nothing the same as the first time. And that's pretty much what's in this game. So all the books get placed inside this magnetic thing here, and you'll be able to, it closes like this. It's very nice. It has, that whole bookmark here where you can pull out the books. The art for the game is absolutely fantastic. I really like it. It's very cartoony. It's fun to look at the different things that happen and try to figure out what they do. Very adventurous, not too scary, but fun. The quality of the books seems to be good, but one of my books, the binding falls out. These books, you have to open them up a lot over the course of the game. So this one, the pages are coming out. I don't know how to fix that. I'll have to get this one rebound, I suppose. But for the most part, the quality is pretty good so far. But I'm assuming the books are going to wear out pretty quickly because my kids are going to keep using them over and over again. Phenomenal. Okay, this is definitely geared towards kids, although frankly a bunch of adults could play it also, but definitely geared towards kids. My kids have really enjoyed the versions of these games that they've played before. But this one really takes it a step up, really encouraging teamwork as we work together and look at the different books. And so we'll all turn to a page and I'll say, you know what? I think I can smash through this wall. I think I can climb here. Oh, I found this clue. What does it say? Everybody says. And it encourages this communication back and forth. Really well done. And it's not a one-note story. So we went, for example, our first game, we went to one island and we went and explored and found this and that and this and that and this and that. And eventually we were done, but we hadn't even explored that whole island. So the next time we play, we could go back to that island, or we could go to a completely different island and find things. Now, I don't know how many nooks and crannies there are in this thing. I would imagine, just guessing from the number of pages and stuff, that there's like 5 full different, you could do 5 games of it and see completely different things each time. But even after that, you can go through and you can try and maybe maximize your score. Maybe this time we'll go to this building first, then this building, because this one gives us the key to get in here. And there's puzzles. I didn't think the puzzles were extremely difficult, but for kids, they were certainly challenging. However, you can work together and find out clues, and if you can't figure out the puzzle, sometimes you just have to wait a certain amount of time. Like, for example, one puzzle had someone get stuck in a room. All right, so they got stuck in that room. Can you figure out how to get out? It gave that person a puzzle on how to get out. So they could get out of that room by figuring out the puzzle, but if they couldn't, you simply would just lose one day's worth of time, and then the door would open automatically and they could get out. That's fine, right? It gives you a penalty, obviously, if you can't solve the puzzle, but not so much that it ruins everyone's fun and you can't go any farther. The 4 different characters, everyone like them. You want to be the strong one, the one who talks to animals, the one who's riddles, the agile one. It's neat how they all have their uses, and every room you'll go to, it's like, I wonder whose room this will be. And sometimes multiple people will find unique different things. You can split the party and go different directions, although that's not always the best method, because when you work together, you can find things. Sometimes you'll go up here and go, I didn't see anything here, but you know what? While I was climbing that ladder, it seemed like there was a window you could smash through, so maybe you should go up there and look at that. So just absolutely, I am super thrilled with this. I had a lot of fun playing the Crusoe Cruise. I thought these graphic novel adventures were fantastic as a solitaire experience, going through as a book, but with other people, it has upped it to another level. So I'm just so thrilled these days that I have kids for many reasons, but kids these days with the games that are available to them, it is top notch. I mean, in the past 3 years, we have seen some of the best kids games ever designed, and this is on that list. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent.